Hey guys, welcome to another amazing day, and we're in day 13 already. I hope you have been following through and you've been taking your worksheet very seriously. If not, you want to go back to it and do something about it because you're going to really super enjoy it. And today we're going to be talking about cultivating peace. We've talked about self-talk, we've talked about criticism, and today we're going to be talking about cultivating peace. And what is peace? Now, peace means finding calm inside, right? Finding calm inside, meaning you're trying to find a level of calmness inside. We talked about your negative self-talk, and part of the thing is that it has to do with your inner self, right? Now, it is when your mind and heart are still and safe, where imagine if your mind was a physical place, where would it be? Would it be like an ocean side, like sitting close to a beach with just the water waves everywhere, calm, still, and fantastic? Or it would be like a market where everything is just so peace is that stillness in your mind, that rest that you could literally hear yourself breathe. Now it comes from within. Even when your outside is messy, even if you're in a marketplace where everywhere is loud and you finding that inner peace, you cultivating that peace matters a lot. Now, why do you need to cultivate peace? Because it helps you stay calm in the midst of chaos, right? When there is chaos, peace is that thing that you will need. Peace is what you will need to find calm. It's very important. It supports good decision. Part of the things we talked about in emotions and emotional intelligence is that your brain, there's a part of the brain that wants to just rush to do things. And that part is called the amygdala, right? While your thinking brain is that part of the brain that wants to take its time to think, like pause before it has to react, right? So it helps you make good decision when you do things. So if you look at past now, if you look at the past, there are some things that you did in a haste and you will look back and you're not very proud of. Whereby there are some things that you will take your time to do and you will be so happy that you actually did, right? So it reduces anxiety and stress. It reduces stresses and anxiety. It brings joy to you and those around you. Peace. Oh my goodness. Nothing beats peace. You will feel the joy. You would know that there is peace around you. So I want to enjoin you today to find as much as you can. Stay at peace with men. Don't be that one that is always fighting. Do you know that when you're fighting with someone and you see that person coming from afar, your heart will leap like you know that feel? You don't need it. I tell you for free. If you can do without it, please run very far from it. Be at peace with all men if you can. Now, what are the things that steals your peace? Negative talks. All those thinking talks, those dirty talks, it steals your peace away. Fights or arguments. I just told you, when you like to fight a lot, you will just realize that when something is coming, when the person is coming, or you are that person that likes to gossip, or you like to argue, you will just be always looking for what is not. Please run away from it. Rushing and pressure, always trying to be the first, trying to always overshadow someone, it doesn't give you peace. It doesn't. Now, holding on to anger, someone did something wrong to you, and you are holding that person to your heart and say, oh, I'm not going to let this person go. I'm not going to forgive this person. It doesn't give you peace. Now, comparing yourself to others. Oh, is this how I am? This person is always talking to this person. I am this. Those comparison. And it's very funny that permit me to say this. Even the Bible says that he who compares himself is a fool, is not wise. So always compare yourself to somebody would make you lose your peace, and you don't want to do that, right? How do you cultivate peace daily? Number one, the first thing, take a deep breath. I'm sure by now you almost feel like, it looks like everything that has to do with emotional intelligence is deep breath. Yes, it starts with that because it helps you pause. Take a deep breath. Number two, speak kindly to yourself. This is the time to go back to your positive self-talk. Speak good words to yourself. Number 3, forgive quickly. We're going to talk about forgiveness in one of our next classes. So you would know how to actually go about it. You need to forgive people. You don't need to hold things to your heart. You need to spend time in your quiet. Some of you, I think I mentioned it earlier too. You would spend all day on internet with friends, and you're not spending any time with yourself. It doesn't work for you. So spend time in the quiet. Now say a word of affirmation over yourself. If you believe in God, say a word of prayer. It gives you peace. If you've ever had troubles and you go into the place of prayer and say, oh, dear God, this is what I'm exactly going through, and say, please help me. There's this rest, there's this calm. I've had it a couple of times. Things are happening and everywhere is looking like it's going to let loose. And I find myself in that secret place and I pray. And by the time I'm done, there's rest, there's peace. So yes, in a place of prayer, you're going to find peace. Now choose gratitude over grumbling. There's always one thing to be grateful for, regardless of what happens, regardless of what the situation is. Your own job, your responsibility is to look out for that one thing to be thankful for. That one thing to be thankful for. And we're going to take an exercise now. Now I want you to close your eyes. If you have not closed your eyes, just close your eyes. Now imagine a very calm water or a lake. Let's use a calm lake. Imagine a calm lake. What does it look like? What sound do you hear? How does your body feel? Can you see? Sometimes peace is just you closing your door and just trying to. Sometimes it happens in the restroom. Sometimes the restroom is the best place to find that serenity. So you need to find your peace. You need to cultivate peace. You need to look for it. Now, what are the practices that you can do? You have to list out 3 things that helps you feel peaceful. Example, probably for me too, when I'm very stressed, I love to listen to good songs. So is it journaling? Sometimes you're overwhelmed, everything feels like a chaos. Just take a pen and paper and start writing things down, and you feel that there's a bit of clarity coming your way. You could be listening to soft song, you could be taking a walk, just take a walk outside. And I'm going to leave you with this quote for today, which says, peace begins with a smile. Yes, peace begins with a smile. I don't want you to take this for granted. I know people who, in their life, if they tell them, give me everything you have, and I'm going to give you peace, they will do it with all joy. Because you don't want to be in that chaotic feel. You don't want to always have your heart rumbling. It doesn't work. So today I'm charging you. I'm encouraging you to stay true to peace. Less fight, less argument, smile, take a breather, refresh yourself, and be at peace with most of your friends, family. Say sorry when you have to. When people tell you sorry, accept it. Don't always be a shark eat shark person. Oh, you have wronged me, I'm going to do my own. Revenge seeking. Don't do that. Yeah, some people will feel like, oh, it makes me feel like I'm weak. You're not weak, you're not stupid. You just prioritize your life. You prioritize your mental health. You prioritize your joy. You prioritize your productivity. Newsflash, when you're always at war with people, when you're always fighting with people, when you're the chaotic one, you won't be able to study properly. Because as you're trying to study, something keeps taking your focus away. Because you don't need it. Sometimes it might look like, yeah, it's not that easy. You start by saying today, committing yourself to say, I'm going to be at peace with all men. I'm going to stay at peace with all men. And you'll be amazed at what will come out of it. So, thank you for staying through. It's been another amazing time with you. See you in the next class. Bye-bye.